Hey everybody! So I wanted to go over the deck review for the Wheel of the Year. This deck in particular is by Maria Caratti and Antonella Platano. The seasons dance and we dance with them. I like that. Wheel of the Year, possibly Two of Cups. And also by Los Scarabeo. So this should be fairly beautiful. I mean, a lot of the decks that come from or get published at Los Scarabeo, they're really beautiful decks. I like that. You can see how she has a band of zodiacs on her forehead. It's really nice. So once we actually get it out of the box, there is the little white book that comes with it, and then when you flip it over, it says the Wheel of the Year Tarot, and I suppose that these are the different languages that is also within it, and it's also wrapped in another bunch of cellophane, and it also has those lines in them for every single card. So I'm going to open this up and then we can get into the deck. So within this little white book, sorry you guys, it actually, when you flip open to the first page, it gives you a spread. And it also lets you know that it goes over it in Spanish, Italian, French, and Dutch. But this is the Wheel of the Year, their spread. On the second page, if I can just get it on the second page, it goes through the Sabbaths, major, minor, and the dates. It also shows the seasons, which happens to be on her head, right? So first one is winter, spring, autumn, summer. Well, what? Winter, spring, summer, autumn. And then it's really nice. That's nice to know. That's cool. And then, as usual, it goes over everything just to go over it, see what their meanings of the cards are. And now we're going to take a look into the cards. These are the backings. They're actually really beautiful. When I had asked my friend about him, this is what I was trying to describe. But I think she definitely knew because of how I was describing them. So here we have the Fool. And the Magician. So the cardstock for these are kind of, they still feel like cards, where they don't feel 100% plasticky. So I definitely kind of be careful with doing them. And I know they won't have that instant memory kind of deal. So maybe you could shuffle it without worrying too much. But I wouldn't be too rough with them, just because you could probably bend them. The Magician. Instead of pillars, she has candles. Ooh, the Empress. Some slight, nudity. The Emperor. Very different. The Hierophant. One person instead of two. Dressed in purple instead of red. The Lovers. Strength happens to have a man in it instead of a woman, and we're not using the traditional lion, though he is here. Instead, we have a bull. But we don't look like we're doing that silent strength, that feminine strength. We here look like we're kind of being a little bit forceful, like using physical strength. The Hermit. The Wheel. Justice. I like how the seasons are behind them. And then, there's winter and fall. So there's probably summer and spring. The Hanged Man. Death is a woman. Yes, Temperance. A fairy. The Devil, which you see no devil here. You actually see what could look like some lust. Instead of a tower, we have a tree. The Star. If you're like into fae or fairies, this could be a really good deck for you guys. Besides the fact that there are quite a bit of people here. The World. Beautiful Ace of Chalices. Now we're going into the minor arcana, and I kind of like this one. It's a little cartoonish. This deck seems a little cartoonish when you look at it, but it's still a really nice looking deck. Chalices. For being bored, you can definitely see the boredom. Memories. I mean, some of the cards, Seven of Chalices, like when I look at this, I don't see like how this would actually come into letting you know that there's a lot of options. So with this card, intuitively, I'm getting something way different. Eight, leaving her behind, moving away. And 10. Very different. Now we happen to be going over what looks like, this says the Prince of Chalice, but I'm pretty sure they mean princess. You see that, right? I mean, the Knight. I'm pretty sure she's a page. The Queen. The King. Now we have the Wands. Very fae-ish. Very much animated, cartoony looking, but still, you're still being able to use your intuition a lot with this deck because they don't follow all. I mean, it's completely different. No doubt, a lot of them are different in their little ways, but this deck seems to be very different. Still competition, right? 5 of Wands. Still celebration, yes. I mean, sometimes the little white book can totally help, but sometimes it's just best to jot down your notes for your intuitive messages first, and then kind of glance through the notebook so you don't lose that intuitive side of the card meanings. See, now we have the Princess of Wands, so I think that was a typo. I've been running into a lot of decks that have typos for some reason. I don't know if it's just me or if it's every deck, but yeah. Pentacles. A lot of the major arcanas, besides this Three of Pentacles right here, and a couple of other cards, they completely stuck out to me. So when I was finding an attraction to this deck, it wasn't because of the fayness. It was more so because of the backs and because of a couple major arcanas and the Three of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. I also really like this one. Now we're into autumn, yeah? Or fall. And here we go, Swords. Which happens to resemble what? I'm not really sure. Like winter? I did like the beaver picture. Or what, groundhog? It could definitely be a groundhog. This was another card I really liked. Some of them actually throw me off to the point where I actually gotta think about this one. I like also. I actually have to think about the original one. So I'll probably end up doing that as well. Ten of Swords, we're dead. Page of Swords. When it comes to the court cards, they're actually rather attractive in all the suits. Ooh. This is kind of a manly looking woman. Yeah? Very, Snow White stepmother-ish. So I'm gonna just go through the deck real quick and pick out a couple of cards that I really did like, and another some cards that you might like. Here are the first three that I really liked: the Magician, the High Priestess, and the Empress. And then the Hermit, the Wheel, and the Justice card. The Death card, the Temperance card, and the Devil card. The Star card, the World, and the Two of Chalices. These were the other Chalice cards, the 4, 6, and the 9. The 3, 4, and 5 of Wands. The 8 of Wands, the Princess of Wands and the Queen of Wands. The 5, 7, and 9 of Pentacles. I really like that she's kind of looks pregnant. The Princess, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. The 3 of Swords, 4 and 5. Sorry. 6, 7, and 8 aren't that bad either. And then the last few cards are the 10, the Princess, and the King of Swords. So if you happen to like the review for this deck, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And I'll probably be getting to do another one I'll get to it, but we'll probably do the Kuan Yin. Alrighty guys, Happy New Year. Bye.